Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth. All right, it's going to show this little clip. This, I guess, Californian, you know, not sure if she's trying to capitalize on this, but a lot of events were put together in this video to just show you that, you know, um, this is just the tip of Jacob's trouble. And of course, the elites, like they said, it's going to be more attacks. You know, they're trying to get ready for the next attacks. They're planning for more attacks to lead up into this, man. Even though they orchestrate most of what's going on, like those fires over there in California, in the LA area. All right. You know, um, Initially the Bible said it first, that this is going to be a time like no other. But I'm gonna let this play for a little bit, then I'm gonna do some spiritual commentary.
To try and find a new place, Like I spend a lot of my time just bumping into DJs. Maybe I'll stop by the grocery aisle and get hey.
And some of the things she was saying, well, it was already bad. Things were getting bad, and then out of nowhere came worse. All right, people never count on worse to happen. In the middle of you just starting to get through the week. You probably might have reached a goal. It was a struggle, and then out of nowhere, here comes trouble, which is right around the corner for this place called America, man. All right. As a matter of fact, um, all right, this is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light. Right, because if I'm not mistaken, right before these fires would have began to happen, those celebrities, they mocked the Lord at uh I think it was the Golden Globes, you know, and they celebrated wickedness, right? They celebrated transgender and all types of wicked acts defined by the scriptures, man. All right, but the time is coming. This is, like I said, it's just a prelude, and sooner or later, there's going to be a white knight scenario where things look like they're looking up. All right, when they shall say peace and safety. All right, things are going to get calm, and then just like that, out of nowhere, it's going to come chaos. Same happened with the Wuhan thing about what's about going on 5 years now. All right. Well, more is to come. But it says as if a man did flee from a as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Should not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? All right. So we're heading towards the true day of the Lord, but it's going to be a lot of chaos to follow. Actually, since I said that, I'm gonna get one more scripture. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, so the Lord's going to send, it says that the fire should be all sent out again. I'm going to grab that last one and then I'm going to play the video. Yes, 2 Ezra 5 and 8. There should be confusion also in many places, and fire shall be oft sent out again. All right. So the Lord is going to use this plague of fire many times. So I'm going to let this play.
Are you even paying attention to me right now?
Which is comical. She's trying to capitalize on this in the midst of chaos, and she just looks like a phony, fake actress that didn't make it, man. With all the surgeries and crap, living in Beverly Hills, all right, a life instructor. You know, the Lord is tearing down Esau's treasured cities, man, and it's gonna get worse. Like, do you see this Jake right here? He was ready to cut him. He was ready to cut this. Looking like a mix between Harley Quinn and Jigsaw, man. And if you can hear the guy saying back up, all right, that just lets you know what type of trouble you women are truly in, man. And the society has really catered to you, and you've done nothing but wickedness in your position. Instead of, submitting to the righteous order of the Lord, seeking a righteous husband, doing what he says, not, backbiting and making life more peaceful, not being a thought throwing it around or being some type of alphabet community expert, all right? But hey, it's just like, that child in your house wants to be grown, and then you go let them bump their head. Well, you people have to figure out what it's like to be a man in this world, man. All right, everybody wants to be a god. Well, hey, like the scripture says, to you people, starting with Esau, Edom, the man who thought he was God. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 9. It says, "Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of the him that slayeth thee." So, a black woman's God, woman is God. All right, I'm a man. I remember like years ago before the scamdemic happened. It was probably like 2019, 2018. Seen some little cute chick in a dress walking down the street screaming, "I'm a man." She was on the phone. She said, "I'm a man." She was just like randomly screaming that shit. Bugged out, laughing and giggling. But okay, reality check. You're gonna have a guy like this breathing down your neck, and you're not gonna have these guys that were around these women. Because if these guys hadn't been there, what would this dude have done, man? All right, there's gonna be a lot of chaos in the streets. It's Second Ezra chapter 16, verse I'm gonna start at verse 32. It says, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travail therethrough." Says the virgin shall, yeah, because there's not gonna be any work out here, man. So you're gonna see buildings become more decrepit, the land become unkept. All right, people are gonna be in survival mode. It's gonna be looking a lot like how I Am Legend was looking, where everything was all wild and untended to. All right, it says, "And the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers." All right, because these guys right here, that's in the background, eventually they're not going to make it because the Lord isn't dealing with them. All right, eventually crazy guys like this are going to be the ones who the Lord's going to preserve for certain judgments to take out certain people. You know, these two Northern Kingdom chicks were extremely uncomfortable, man. Cause he was about to lay hands on these women, man. This freaking weirdo, man. That a lot of leftists and liberal people were saying that this was okay, you know, in which both sides have their faults because the Lord isn't dealing with them. They don't deal with the scriptures, as well as both sides have a way of seducing the people according to a certain will that some parts of it make sense and a lot of it is just full of madness. All right. Because the liberals, they'll advocate from the side of Jake because Jake is getting treated unlawfully and inhumane, but that's really just all to still support the same agenda. All right, because it's really an LGBTQ agenda that they're using strongly with the left hand side of Esau, but they do that with the right wing as well because the whole bird is sick. The Lord's not dealing with America. All right, just recently had that rapper or whatever he wishes to call himself. I never listened to his music. DDG. What did he say? He said America is looking like is looking like it's not the move anymore. Uh, he was like, I'm gonna move to somewhere like Lagos or London or Lagos, which uh, this dude is just trolling for attention. I only use this guy to say that eventually people are gonna keep on saying that America isn't it because it is falling. All right. The only thing now is that these other nations are stringed along by America according to the dollar. It's a death note that they really cannot get from under to trade or do deals. All right, and America set that up with the OPEC so that would happen. If the American currency being supposedly being the strongest currency at the moment were to fail, then all other currencies would fail. That's pretty much how that's set up. All right, but it's a debt note. All right, but yeah, eventually what's coming. All right. If the Lord is not with you, you're not gonna make it through. Because what's coming is gonna be worse than anything that's happened in the past. That's why it says in Luke chapter 21, uh, in verse 19, it says, "In your patience possess ye your souls." This is talking about really the elect. Actually, I'm gonna start up. It says I'm starting verse 17. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." And that's what's going on right now. But it's gonna amplify, because people want to get their hands on the Lord, you know, and that was allowed for the succession of the elect to be delivered in these times to come. All right. What it does say in the scriptures that therefore shall your teachers not be removed into a corner anymore, but because Yahweh Shai came and did that deed, that apostles died their deaths, but now it's come to time where, you know, the Lord is gonna lift up that standard. That standard is talked about in Isaiah. That's talking about these times right now that we're coming into. I mean, we're prepared for the worst, but we hope for the best. All right. We know that that's written, but it says, but there shall not a hair of your head perish. So that's what that's talking about. It's talking about right now. And your patience possess your souls. All right. And then it goes into, the decimation of Israel with the Roman Jewish wars where we fled into Africa. But hey, these times right now, all right, we're going to be even as pilgrims upon the earth. All right. As a matter of fact, I want to read this in verse 21. It says, I'm starting verse 20. It says, "And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is not." Right? Because it is going to be military personnel out in the streets. All right, you're going to have the UN soldiers, foots on the ground. All right, different types of armed militia, hitmen, shit like that, random bands of people. It's going to get wild out here. It says, "Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto." Now, this is talking about in 70 around 70 AD, but even right now, we're gonna be even as pilgrims upon the face of the earth, man. All right, it's gonna be a lot of shit you just gonna have to leave behind and keep on going. You know. Likewise, when we were coming out of Egypt, even though we're not coming out of America in that style, I'm just telling you, how we're gonna be moving around within America before it's destroyed. But when we were coming out of Egypt, hey, what it says, and when we killed the Passover, it says, "Eat, therefore, having your loins girded." because we were about to take flight, man. All right, we're about to flee out of the midst of these terrorists when the Spirit says go this way, go that way. All right, because that's initially what we're following. We're following the Spirit. And what does it say? You should not turn to your left hand nor to your right. All right, we're gonna have our eye focused on the kingdom and getting through this tough situation that the Lord is about to bring to the earth, man. But nevertheless, He said once again that He's gonna look out for us. All right, that's a reward of the righteous. It's to not fall into sin further. you know, uh, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." All right. And it says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." So this talent that we have, this power with Yahweh Shai, all right, which is this understanding, we're holding on to it until the end. All right. And with this is going to get us through all the turmoil that's to come. Because it's going to be what it says that wisdom shall meet thee at every thought. What is that? Huh. I overlooked it. It was. Salaki, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 16. "For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, and showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought." So wisdom shall meet you in every thought, man. The Lord is dealing with you, all right, because you've been rehearsing this. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of love of discipline is love. Which the wisdom is a self care, man, because it makes you lock in. You usually tend to only it, or your free time, your valuable time. What are you doing? You're putting in work. You're not lollygagging. Doing all folly all day, because we do. Hey, we're in the flesh. You end up to some type of folly, whether you getting into whatever hobby or anything that's contrary, not contrary, but anything that's outside of the truth, which doesn't have to be wicked, and it definitely shouldn't be. But hey, it's not of the spiritual growth. It's of a carnal nature. Like, you could be dealing with a woman which isn't going off. You could be reading something else that's not the scriptures, which isn't going off. But when you're rehearsing in wisdom, you usually find time. Like it says, the wisdom is found in leisure. All right, the Lord isn't dealing with somebody that's basically obsessed with work. That somebody he should not get understanding that deals with the Father. All right, it says that that ploweth fields. All right, So it's really talking about your business. Our business is socially constructed within the knowledge of Yahweh Shemi Shai. This is our social construct, and our conversation and our mindset is to be like Yahweh Shai. All right. Therefore, we get granted wisdom like Yahweh Shai. What's the best move when we're in this situation or that situation? Even going back to the G rape thing, that in this situation, this is how this would be dealt with. The Most High literally has given us every which way on how to get up out of a situation. As a matter of fact, the times that we're coming into that are about to be super hard, but what does it say in the book of Acts? It's like, I think I'm thinking of Acts 14 and 20. Well, this is one I'm still get it. This is Acts 14:22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High, which that's a knowledge in itself. That's a part of discipline, that you walk a straight gate. But the scripture I was looking for is Romans 15:4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience, because that's that word patience, and patience possesses your souls. That's where you get the understanding by being patient. And comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right. And now the Most High of patience, the God of patience. So our God is a patient God. You know, He's dealing with all this. As a matter of fact, that's a part of our growth right now. Is that whatever bullshit Jake was on, they need to, cut it out and lock in, all right, and gain this knowledge and this wisdom while it's found. So when, hey, when the Lord does say, okay, judgment time, not gonna say he lost his patience, but when he says, all right, I'm done being patient, this is the time to act. Is then, hey, are you gonna be found without or within? That's the reason why we locking in right now, getting some of this manna, all right, some of this Yahweh Shai bread, and we're dealing, man, dealing in the spirit, because the Most High said hey, if we ask for wisdom, He'll give it to us, man. All right, so we're rehearsing, speaking with the spirit, so when we get caught out there, we're not caught. That we're within the spirit, and whatever situation or whatever's to befall us, hey, the Most High is gonna be with us. All right. Likewise, when He was with the three holy children, man. All right, that's what we're praying for. We've been given this understanding of our forefathers, man. This is Jeremiah 6:16. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, stand ye in the old ways, in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein." All right. Also, the watchmen over you saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, but they said, we will not hearken. Therefore, hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. And that's the reason why the Lord is about to take the prophets off the street, so He can bring this mayhem. That's why it says, what? See thou hurt not the oil and the wine, holding the four corners of the wind back to the Lord has sealed His servants. All right. Well, the elect seems like they're pretty much sealed. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not the Most High. I just know that this is the end. These are the signs of the end. The sign ultimately is when the brothers start going out there, man. All right. It was about 50 years ago, starting in the 60s, pretty much. On trickled on down to where the understanding has even given us the name. All right. Now is a high time to awake out of sleep, man, because the Lord is about to bring judgment upon this earth, especially upon you two-thirds, man. You're His biggest enemy. The Lord is going to get you. Hey, it says He's about to start with the ancient men, so you jakes that's been around for a while, and jakes that's been in the truth, and jakes that's been in the truth for a very long time, that are now bishops and head men. It says he's going to start with the ancient. And hey, the Lord is about to do some very terrible judgment. You gotta understand why his name was called Al-Shadji. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's gonna come, man. So with that, I'm gonna end this lesson off. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kakodash, Shalom Akyam, and Abba Ball.